Okay. Right, so I'm going to pass it on to Jessica Fox. Thank you for joining me, your host, Dr. Izihar Jamil. This is Women Who Lead, the Timeless Secret of Life, Business, what's the other one? Life, Business, Career, okay? The Timeless Secrets of Life, Business, and Career. So that's what happens when your brain goes too much. So Jessica Fox, thank you so much for co-hosting it with me. So let's start and pull out all the secrets and the juicy epic details from the ladies. So go ahead, darling.
And I think that's what it means to be a leader, right, ladies? It is about sharing our secrets. So first of all, ladies, you guys are international best-selling authors. So you need to come off mute right now because we need to hear this. I want to hear a celebration. Come off mute. Let's hear you guys celebrate yourself as international multi-best-selling author.
Yes, we made it.
Yes.
Oh Lord, we are celebrating each and every one of you. This is my favorite part. This is my sixth. I know this is like Izzy's 10th or something like that. And guess what? It never gets old. It never gets old. And for those of you who are becoming an international bestseller for the first time, how does it feel? Right? I love Gabby. Oh yeah, she's feeling the vibe. So now we want to know how proud we are of each and every one of you. And so we want to give each of you an opportunity to introduce yourself. Let us know what inspired you. What inspired you for your chapter? What is the number one piece of advice that you want your reader to take away? And what's an action step? So for our friends that are live with us, welcome. This is the Women Who Lead Book Launch Party. And each of these ladies are international best-selling authors, having gone number one in America, having gone number one in Canada, and number one in the Australia. It was in Australia. So I am going to just look at my screen, and the person to my left is the amazing Monica Ward. Monica Ward is an energy healer, a sales leader, and a transformational coach. So Monica, what was the title of your chapter, and what inspired you to take this journey with us?
Well, I'll actually start with the lessons that, if you don't mind. So really no matter what circumstances you're in, you can always show up for yourself. So that was really the main focus of my chapter. So women, we are super resilient creatures. And when desperation and devastation strike, we have to keep pushing forward. So taking time to grieve is essential, of course, in healing, but not dragging out that grieving process is really important as well, because the world really needs women and our strength. You're on mute.
Yeah, I just noticed. And yeah, I love that, what you said. No matter what circumstance, we always get to show up for ourselves. That's so powerful. And I love how you mentioned showing up for ourselves means feeling all the feels.
Right.
Whatever that looks like. So what's your piece of advice? What is the number one piece of advice that you want to share from your chapter?
Never stop dreaming. So take time to daydream and really get your senses involved. Your mind, your imagination, and your senses are really your most powerful tools for transforming what you see around you.
Oh, I love that. And how might someone put that into action?
I think to sit down with a pen and paper and forget your biases, forget your conditioning, forget what you think you can or can't achieve, really empty your head and write out a day in your absolute very best life. So starting from when you first wake up, the moment you wake up, describe what your body feels like, what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you touch, taste, include the people around you, and really write it out as if it's truly the absolute best day that you could imagine. And I'm telling you that this truly does work, because I've done this several times. And one of the last times that I really created a new story for myself. in that I had written that I wanted to be a part of Bob Proctor's Inner Circle. And now we all know that Bob Proctor is, this amazing motivational guru. And shortly after that, I was introduced to his Thinking into Results program. And through that program, I got an email that invited me into Bob Proctor's Inner Circle. So it was like the exact language that I had written down was in this email. And when I saw that, my eyes welled up and I thought, this is such true confirmation that really it's all about what you decide to do and just putting it out there and resonating with it. So I would say, the action step is to grab a paper and pen and just get started.
I love that. And it's so practical. And I think when we get stuff down on paper, it allows stuff to become a reality.
Right.
It's just something magical about that. Well, Monica, you're amazing. And congratulations on becoming an international best-selling author as we're highlighting all of our authors today in our brand new book, Women Who Lead. Thank you, Monica. Let's celebrate her, everybody. Woo, Monica. Yes. Well done, well done, well done. And I'm going to be passing the mic to the wonderful Amber Howard. Amber is an expert strategic business development consultant, coach, and facilitator. Amber, welcome. Congratulations on becoming an international best-selling author today.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here with you all. I'm just popping in. I'm actually teaching a course on project management today, so I only have a couple of minutes. But I just wanted to come and be with part of this with everyone and just express my gratitude and just, it's incredible.
Well, we honor you as you have taken lead as the woman who leads. And if you don't mind, what is your biggest inspiration for what you contributed? What was your inspiration for your chapter?
People ask me about my journey. It really is a journey of falling in love with life and with myself. And the inspiration for the chapter was really just wanting other women to know and people to know that they're not alone. I spent a lot of my life, kind of as it says in the book, faking it till I made it, faking confidence, pretending like I felt good about myself when really I didn't. And if anyone can take anything away from reading my chapter, it's just like, that's the work there is to do before anything else is like, do the work to fall in love with yourself, find out what you're worth. And, because everything comes from there. And that's the first step in really creating a life that you love.
Do the work to fall in love with yourself. That is so powerful. I love, and that one hit right here. And when you think about what you wrote, what is your biggest piece of advice? What do you want someone to take away from your chapter?
My biggest piece of advice is, surround yourself with people who speak into your bigness. Surround yourself with people who see you as the biggest version of yourself, even before, that there were so many people who stood for my leadership before I saw it in myself. And so, build that group of people around you who see you as a leader, because we all are leaders. I think if anyone takes anything away from this book, is that everyone has leadership within them. And sometimes we just need a coach, support, loved ones to help us see that when we can't see it in ourselves.
Oh, that's amazing. And if someone could take an action step to put that piece of advice to surround yourself, what would that be?
Just share. Everything gets created in sharing. This book, came from my sharing what I wanted to create, what was important with me. Really, nothing gets created in life. And I love that Monica was just talking before, thinking into results. I've done that program as well. It first gets created in our mind and then it gets created in reality. And the access is really sharing what it is that's important to us and what we really care about and what we love with other people.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you, Amber, so much for being a woman who truly leads. And we just honor you and celebrate you as an international best-selling author. And what an honor it is for all of us to have participated and co-authored this book with you. So Amber, we celebrate you, and we celebrate each and every one of us here today as we are launching our brand new international best-selling book, Women Who Lead, which is available on Amazon right now for the next 24 hours for only 99 cents on Kindle. So grab a copy of the book today and listen to the amazing stories of each of these incredible women, incredible authors, incredible leaders on this live with us today. And I just want to go straight on to our next amazing author, because that's what this is about. This is about highlighting each and every one of you incredible women today. My next up here is Andy Monet. Andy is a business optimization expert, and little bit she's so good at what she does. Like, she regularly works with Fortune 500 companies. She's got this stuff together and she knows the ins and outs. So Andy, you are incredible. Thank you so much. And tell us really quickly, what inspired you for your chapter in Women Who Lead?
Absolutely. I'm super excited to be here, but you know, I would love to tell you the long version of that story, but the short version is that 35 years of doing what I do, working for Fortune 500 companies. In fact, the top 9 of the top 10 Fortune 500 companies, really making a difference, not only in corporate, but also my passion really is small business and being able to work with women. And I finally realized after all of these years, and it gives me goosebumps even now, is that when I was 16 years old, that's when I started my first business, because my single mother abandoned me. And my solution to my situation was to start a business, which I have no idea where they came from. But the reason I mention it is because I realized 35 years later that every single little small business that I help is healing a little piece of me and being somebody that I never had when I started my first business, and being the support and the really, not just the strategic piece of it, but the friendship and the love and the support and the guidance and the advice to help people not struggle as painfully as I did in several failed businesses in the beginning. So I really wanted to share that story a lot this year in 2021. So this book is the first time I've really published that information, and I'm super excited.
Wow. Can we just take a moment and honor Annie's journey, guys? And this is what it means to be a leader, about sharing our journey. We've all been through a journey. So Andy, when you think about your chapter, your inspiration, what is the advice that you have for other women who desire to lead?
I really think that if anything is holding you back, whether it's your career or your business or your parenting or anything in your life, you really just have to ask yourself what those are and say, but what if they weren't there? And it has a lot to do with what the other wonderful lady said. It's like having that vision and saying, okay, but what if it could happen? What if I could own a business? What if I went from $100,000 to $500,000 of revenue? What if I could be a parent and a business owner? Like all of those what ifs, you take away excuses and say, yes, but what if it really did happen? How would that make you feel? How does that vision really, get you going and just, there's these feelings inside that you want to explode, that yes, that's something that you really want to do, and be honest with yourself. Don't be afraid. Like, take off those blinders that so many of us cover our hearts and our support and our love, and we're like, break open from that.
That's so powerful. Yes, ladies, it is time to break open. And how could somebody go into action and start breaking out of their boundaries into what is possible?
This is so small, but it makes such a big difference. Everyone has short-term goals and long-term goals, and we always put them aside, right? It's like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it next week. Oh, I'll do it next month. And my biggest, and I've used this myself, is if it's important to you, make literally one action step a day. And it doesn't matter how small it is. It could be writing a note on a sticky note, like writing, I'm a great person, put in a sticky note and put it on your mirror in the bathroom, or sending the email, asking for advice, making a phone call. It doesn't have to be great, big, huge steps. Every little step makes a difference, and you get momentum from that and confidence.
I love it. And you know what? Every lady on this panel today took a step towards their greatness when they became international best-selling authors of Women Who Lead. Thank you so much, Andy. We celebrate you as one of our international best-selling authors today. And I want to get to our next author, who is Gabby Puma. She is a shaman. Wow. Transformational guide and coach with over 15 years experience in the spiritual growth industry. Gabby, welcome. Congratulations on becoming a Woman Who Leads, an international best-selling author. We honor you. Tell us, we want to know you. What was your inspiration for your chapter in this book?
Jessica and everyone present and everyone watching our beautiful world. It is a true honor and a privilege to be here. One of my dreams coming true, becoming an author, and I may go into tears or whatnot, and just in the name of my Indigenous people and being an Indigenous woman and leading in our world. It is quite a journey, let me tell you that, which inspired me, especially 2020, 2021, and my rebellious act of forgiveness. Forgiveness has been my secret sauce, my secret all along the journey, and serving high-level leaders, visionary leaders. Their stories are not different than mine. And especially this chapter is dedicated to my parents, where the most painful stuff came, yet the most healing, the most transformation to everything that I am and to everything I do. So so happy.
We are so excited that you are here and just honor you today. So as a woman who leads, and for women who lead, what is your number one piece of advice that you would like to share from your writing?
It's don't overthink it. Get that piece of paper, get that pen, stop hiding, and say yes to healing. Say yes to your wisdom that is living inside of you. And just self-discovery continues forever and ever.
Beautiful, beautiful. And it's so true. Saying yes. Don't hide. Let it out. And how could somebody actually do that? Do you have a piece of advice how they can get into action to find and do that journey of self-discovery?
Absolutely, absolutely. I encourage you, and I even dare to challenge you to write that message, make a call, even more. Go, if you still have the chance, to sit face with your parents or with that loved one, and release that energy that you are not meant to carry within you. Release and liberate yourself so you can lead in our world so powerfully.
I love that. The act of radical forgiveness, practically. Beautiful. Gabby, we honor you as one of our co-authors of our international best-selling book, Women Who Lead. Thank you so much, Gabby, for joining us on this amazing journey. We honor you. For those of you who are just joining us now, you have caught the absolutely amazing book launch of the brand new international, when I say international, I mean US, Canada, and Australia, #1 best-selling book on Amazon today, Women Who Lead. And you have joined us as we are meeting some of our amazing authors. We have had the privilege of collecting over 15 women who have shared their secrets about life, about their career, about business, and have brought together a collective wisdom. And so if you do not have a copy of this book yet, just check out the chat right now. Let us know. We're going to drop it today on Amazon for the Kindle version. It's only 99 cents. And by the way, all the proceeds of this launch today are going to be donated to Meals on Wheels. So not only are you going to be inspired by the stories of the incredible women on this panel today, but you're also going to be helping an incredible charity that operates really around the world, Meals on Wheels, and helping to feed those who really just need help, who are homebound. And especially in this season, Meals on Wheels is an incredible service helping people all around the world. So guys, grab your copy today. Don't just support yourself by reading and getting inspired by these stories, but support in the incredible organization of Meals on Wheels today. So we love you guys, and it has been an honor. We are getting to know each and all of the authors that have been able to join us today. This co-authored Women Who Lead, which just went international bestselling author. And our next person I want to interview right now is Connie Benjamin. Connie Benjamin is here on behalf of one of our authors, Marcia Martin. So Connie is Marcia's business partner, and she is an internationally renowned thought leader, as well as the pioneer, actually more specifically, we like to call her the godmother of the human potential movement. So Connie, thank you so much for representing Marcia Martin Company. We are so excited that you are here. Tell us a little bit about you guys and what you do and why Women Who Lead was such an important project for you.
Well, thank you so much, Jessica. It is amazing to be here. And first I have to say, I love hearing all of your incredible stories. It's wonderful to hear about what you do. I know Marcia wanted to be here, so I just wanted to say she really wanted to be here, but she's in an executive training right now with executives from Hard Rock and Nobu Hotels. So I'm honored to be part of this conversation. One of the reasons that Marcia wanted to do this book and be part of this incredible group is because she's dedicated her entire life to uplifting and supporting humanity, and especially helping people to wake up to the potential and to the leadership that exists within them. And she's done that. She's actually was at the beginning of the transformation industry, and so she's been doing this for over 40 years. Has done this with over 300,000 individuals and several Fortune 1000 companies from around the world. And so one of the things that what she's passionate about is taking that message and bringing it to everyone. And so that's why she was excited to be part of this conversation and part of this book, to share what she knows in this book.
I love it. We are so, let's be real, like we're just as privileged to be on the same platform as you, and what an honor it is to understand that all of our stories are worth hearing and worth sharing. I'm curious, Connie, I know you're an international bestselling author yourself, so what would your piece of advice be for a woman who leads?
Well, thank you so much for acknowledging that. And I want to defer to one of Marcia's pieces of advice, if that's all right. And the reason I'd like to do that, Jessica, is because this one piece of advice she's given to me personally, and this is why I partnered with her, because she changed my whole life. And also she wrote about it in the book, is because it really did change everything for me. So what that key or that piece of advice is to center first, then act. I don't know if you can relate to this, Jessica, but sometimes in life it gets so crazy. We can hit circumstances, especially now with what's happening in the world, and we can feel angry and frustration or worried or all those things. And when that happens, it can just throw us off center. And so we feel out of sorts and we don't know what to do. But if we can just stop for a moment and pause and get center before we respond, what happens is then we can choose how we're going to respond. Instead of reacting in a way that's going to hurt us, we can choose that response in a way that empowers us, and that in a way takes us in the direction we want to go towards our goals. It really is powerful, and it has saved me so many times on my journey.
Thank you for sharing that. Oh, the power of the pause, and just and taking back our own power and saying, no, I get to choose. And it's about taking responsibility in our circumstance rather than becoming a victim to it. So amazing and need to know. So how, if you don't mind, what is the way that has worked the best for you to put that into action? Would you share that? I know you said that it changed your life. So share us the actionable step about putting that piece of advice into action.
Sounds great. So one thing, and I love that you asked that question. I know Izdihar talks about that too, that it's so important to put it into action, and that's so brilliant. One of the things that's been helpful to do that is something that Marcia talks about confronting the possibilities. Now, for me in my life, when I met Marcia, honestly, Jessica, I was going through a crazy point in my life. I had a decision that was really scary. You know, I wasn't sure how it was going to work out and all of these things. But when she taught this to me, it really made a difference for me and helped me to make that choice like you just talked about. So what it is that we confront the possibilities in front of us. So for example, if we're making a choice or decision and action forward, we look at what's the worst thing that could possibly happen. And I know that's sometimes hard to do, but it's really important to do. And then the next thing we do is we say, what's the best possible outcome that can happen? And when we do that, when we confront both of those things, and we're truly okay with either one, we get to a place where we're not reacting to the worst thing that could possibly happen. We kind of get emotionally flat about it. It really empowers us, because that way we can move forward without staying in resistance of what we don't want to have happen. We can powerfully move forward and actually create what we want to have happen. And I absolutely found that game-changing in my own life.
Oh, yeah, exact. I love that. Bring yourself to that neutral place and then act from there. Ladies, you guys, you're getting the gems. And if you want more gems, you need to pick up a copy of this book. Connie, we are so grateful that you are here. And I know you're here on behalf of Marcia Martin, but I know that you are a woman who leads as well. So we just want to honor you, honor Marcia, and honor every single one of our authors today for our book launch of the international best-selling book, Women Who Lead, which is on Amazon right now for 99 cents just for today. So Connie, thank you so much. We honor you and your presence, and we honor Marcia as well for her timeless wisdom. And for continuing to serve women to their highest potential. For those of you that are just joining, you have joined us for the book launch of Women Who Lead. Now, Women Who Lead has been curated by the amazing, wonderful Izdihar Jamil, and she is here on the panel. Now, I'm Jessica Fox, and I'm the one talking because Izzy is not feeling well, so I am graciously co-hosting today, but this book would not have happened and without the vision, without the tenacity, and without the networking and relationship building of our amazing leader, Izdihar Jamil. So Izzy, we just honor you. And if you could take 2 minutes, what inspired you to curate Women Who Lead?
First of all, thank you, each and every one of you for seeing my vision, for playing the game, because I was at the point like I'm done playing small. Enough playing small, enough with the BS that I tell myself, enough. It's time to be the leader, and as a leader, like you don't go to people's level. You stay on the highest version of yourself every single day, every single moment. And that's what my game is. Because one of the things is like what I said is making a decision. That was the decision that I made in my personal life, and the same principle that I made in my business. Darlings, I had a birth that I went in and the midwife said, how long is it gonna take, Izzy? Is it gonna be 3 to 4 hours? I'm like, heck no, I haven't got any epidural. The baby's gonna come in an hour. And truly, by God's mercy, from the decision from my heart and the declaration and my team, my baby Munchkin came in less than an hour, popped his out in a water bed. I had a water, but the water isn't up yet, you know. It was like, I don't know which level, my bum, whatever it is, I don't remember, but he was out. It was the fastest, inspiring, most powerful and painful birth, but it was so beautiful. And the same in my business, because when baby Munchkin comes, he's so adorable, he's so cute, but he's a circuit breaker, darlings. Everything in my life turned upside down. So I had to figure out a way to work with him, less hours, but have a really effective and impactful time. So thank you so much for today. And Maddie, who's in the chapter, she's my doula. So she was with me in the book. I mean, not in the book. Yeah, she's with me in the book, but she was also on the birth with me. So she supported me, part of my team. So she was one of the first people to see baby Munchkin. She's actually assisting another mom right now giving birth. So she sends you her love. And she was the one who had Chris Oding, which is a two-time Olympian. So thank you, darling. So thank you for playing the game with me. Thank you for being yourself in the highest level that you can be. And you're unstoppable. As a leader, I feel that each and every one of you have caused tremendous results. And remember, you're the prize. You're the queen. So thank you so much. And back to you, Jessica. Thank you. Love you. And can I just shake my tambourine?
Woo! Everybody come on mute. Let's celebrate for a moment. Let's celebrate Izdihar for continuing to open the door for women to lead and step into their greatness. Izzy, we honor you. And we are so proud to be and to know you and to continue to partner with you. And by the way, guys, Izzy's not done yet. So I know that she's got more books in her. So for those of you who are curious, you want to reach out, because Izzy is constantly creating space for women to step into their potential, to become the go-to expert, to rise into what is possible as leaders, as women, and as forces to be reckoned with. And I know that's what you stand for. So we honor you guys. And if you have not met Izdihar yet, you need to, because she's amazing and we can all attest to that. So thank you, Izzy, and we just honor you. And we're so honored to be part of the Women Who Lead brand new international best-selling book, available on Amazon now for 99 cents. Grab your copy. It's in the chat. And with that being said, we're going to go to our next amazing author, the beautiful, the gorgeous Julianne Waters, who is a personal stylist and transformational coach. And I know she's also a speaker as well. So Julianne, thank you so much. What inspired you in your chapter for Women Who Lead?
Well, first of all, I want to just say how grateful I am to be here and how inspiring each of you women are in the stories that you've shared in your book and you've shared here today. So my inspiration, was that living on the edge all the time, which has been my life. Here's an opportunity then, another opportunity to speak out and claim my own leadership as I am supporting other women to do that.
Oh, yes. We just honor that. It does take a lot of courage to embrace your own leadership while supporting other women. And so that's what makes you a leader, Julianne. That's what makes you a leader. And we just honor that in you. What was your biggest piece of advice that you wanted to share from your chapter?
Well, being able to live into your higher self, your highest version of yourself, to be able to vision it and live it. As a stylist, my work has been around helping women look beautiful. And I found that it wasn't enough. We have to feel beautiful from the inside out. And how do you do that? How do you live the highest version of yourself? Because life happens. Our stories have formed us into who we are. And yet there's so much potential, and there's so much more than any of these stories. And what we've lived through has given us the multidimensionality, the brilliance that we are. So finding that vision of the highest vision of ourselves, remembering our truth, and stepping into that by aligning yourself with that truth.
Oh my goodness. That was so powerful.
And then bringing it forth.
Oh, thank you. Bringing it forth. Our highest version, aligning with our truth, bringing it forth. And so I'm curious for you and from your perspective, how do we put that into action? How do we take that inner self, that beauty within, and bring it forth?
Well, that's exactly how go inside with guided meditations, with honoring yourself and loving yourself enough every single day to go inside, to hold that vision and refine it and become it and step into a new world every day in a higher version of yourself. And the exciting thing about that is the more you go there, the clearer vision you get, and the way it manifests into the world just opens up into your brilliance, because you're doing the work on the inside, and that's what shows through and shines through you in every aspect of your life: relationships, love, your business, whatever your endeavors are, the way you are with your children. It shines through because you're loving yourself enough to go in there and do the work.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, how amazing is that, you guys? Let's give a huge, incredible, you know what? It's hard to hold in the emotions when you're the host for one of these, because can I tell you, this is why these collaborations are so important, because it's so powerful. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but there seems to be layer upon layer upon layer that is building together about how to step into ourselves as powerful women, as women leaders, and the different layers like meditation, knowing yourself, taking that time, pausing, all of these incredible tips. You guys, I hope you're writing this down, because, and if you haven't written it down, you can grab a copy of the book, of course. But we just honor each and every one of our incredible women, our incredible authors. I love doing this. I love doing this. I don't know about you guys. I'm having a great time. Why don't we come off mute for just one moment and celebrate each other as multinational, we are international best-selling authors. So I want to hear these ladies come off mute and just celebrate your achievement today. Celebrate your power. Celebrate your incredible stories. And I'm just, well done, ladies. Woo! Let's hear it. Woo! You guys, and we're just over halfway through all of our authors, and we still have a couple more we want you guys to meet today. Wow. Our international best-selling book, Women Who Lead, went #1 in Canada, the US, and Australia today. It's on Amazon right now for 99 cents. And our next author I want to introduce you to is the beautiful Joy Johnston. Joy is an amazing transformational and mindset coach, as well as a motivational speaker. Joy, welcome. What inspired you in your chapter?
Hello, I'm so grateful to be here and this opportunity. What inspired me was events that I had gone through in my life and traumas, and how I took that pain from the trauma to help others so that they know they're not alone, and to know that, you know, from that pain you can create a beautiful life. And serving others. And that was my journey.
That's amazing. And what would your #1 piece of advice be from your chapter that you shared?
So my #1 piece of advice is to believe in yourself, because I never did, and to follow your dreams, because I also at a time, they were buried. I believed I wouldn't, you know, you just bury them and you carry on with life. And actually is to believe in them, believe in yourself, know your capabilities, that you're absolutely amazing, and anything you desire, you can have, and you can live that life. So that is really what I want to tell others. And you can heal, you know, the pain is not what you must hold on to. Like, see the bigger picture and in that pain.
I think that's beautiful. We get to see the bigger picture, and no matter what we're facing, even in the midst of pain. And so if you could share an action step from that advice, what would that be? How could someone put that into action to see that bigger picture despite what we're facing?
So exactly, and what others said, I find that to sit and take a pen and paper and just sit down, write, and let it flow. What is that life? No matter what you've gone through, what is it that you desire? And you aim at, and I find even with me, look at it every day, work towards it every day, small steps, and you're going to get there.
There seems to be a theme, guys. What is it that you desire? And every day, how can we take small steps towards that? Yes. Thank you, Joy. We celebrate you and honor you as one of the incredible authors of Women Who Lead. And we're so grateful, and congratulations on becoming an international bestseller today. Well done. Our next amazing author I want to introduce you guys to is Fadlina. Fadlina is a data scientist from Malaysia, and she, guys, is pretty amazing. It is early in the morning in Malaysia right now, but she is here to share with you guys, to introduce herself and to let us know. Fadlina, what was your biggest inspiration when you wrote your chapter for Women Who Lead?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me around. It's such a thrilling moment to have everybody here and also learning from each other. So the question was why? What was the question again? Sorry, I was typing in the Facebook. You were muted a bit. Jessica, do you mind please?
Oh, sorry. I said, what was your inspiration for your chapter?
Oh, all right. The inspiration for me when I joined this party of author is because to be able to see all of you, and I pictured in my head when Izzy told me about this fantastic idea of hers. We have been longtime friends, and as a researcher and academician, many of my writing experience has been on academic and scientific writing. So I want to unlock the other hidden side of me maybe, and trying to unleash new talents and interests. I have wrote about in a book about women as well before, and I really love the experience and the moment shared with them, reflecting with each other, trying to make ourselves better. So having it this time is such a wonderful, it's just such a joyful and also wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
I love that. Yes, there is something about coming together and lifting one another up and inspiring one another. So from your writing, what is your biggest piece of advice for a woman who leads?
In the chapter, I wrote my little journey about how I be part of the country's effort to distribute vaccine for COVID-19. So I was having some dilemma before, but in the book, what I wrote is about you should just take the first step. Well, people say that the first 3 letters of success is try. So just try it out and just do your best. So that's my little piece of advice.
I think that's so important. Sometimes we just got to try. Just try. Who needed to hear that today? Sometimes you just got to try it out to see what happens. Fadlina, that was golden. That was a nugget right there. Now, how could we put that into action? How could somebody just go for it? What would you say to that?
First, they need to have courage. Muster up any courage and appreciate yourself. Everybody is valuable. Don't let other people belittle you, and give a chance to yourself. Just grab the opportunity. And along the process, although that you might not actually know how to solve some problems, but if you really try and take the steps bit by bit, And I really think that it's important for us to open up and learn from each other, because then only we can become better, and solve the things that, or the challenge that's been given to us. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Learning from one another. I think that's often underrated. But you know what? Women who lead do open themselves up to learn. And that is what this book has all been about. We are celebrating the book launch right now of Women Who Lead. And by the way, guys, grab your copy on Amazon and you get to read the journey, not just the journey, but the lessons and the insights from each one. I don't know about you guys, but just the snippets of your guys' journey and how powerful that is and how that has turned you into the powerful, amazing queen of a woman that you are today is inspiring me. And I know it's going to inspire everybody who grabs a copy of the book. So friends that are following us today, grab your copy on Amazon. You can get it right now. It has been curated by the incredible Dr. Izdihar Jamil, and who is a powerhouse leader in and of herself. And as you've heard from each and every one of our incredible authors who are here today, they're all incredible leaders. And this book will make you cry. It's going to make you walk away ready to try and go for the next thing. So I just want to, again, introduce our amazing co-authors that are here today with us. As I said, this book, Women Who Lead, just went #1 in Canada, the US, and Australia on Amazon today, curated by the amazing Dr. Izdihar Jamil. And with us are incredible authors, Monica Ward, Andy Monet, Gabby Puma, Connie Benjamin, Julianne Waters, Joy Johnston, Rieka Yagimi, Fadlina, Emmy Hernandez, and Michelle Maida are just a handful of our authors who were able to come today and to introduce themselves and to let you know a little bit about who they are and share some of their incredible wisdom. So ladies, we honor each and every one of you. We're so proud of you today, and we're celebrating your success as incredible international best-selling authors. And I want to introduce our next author, Rieka Yagimi. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to have to help me pronounce your last name. I apologize. Yagami? Yagmai.
Yes.
This is one important note here for us hosts. Figure out how to pronounce things ahead of time.
Totally okay. It's an unusual name.
I apologize for pronouncing that incorrectly. Please forgive me.
You're doing such a wonderful job. You're doing a great job.
Rieka Yagmai.
Yeah.
There we go.
There
is
we go.
A amazing dating and relationship coach. And I know she has been working in this industry for years and has decades of experience. And Rieka, what was your inspiration for joining this incredible book?
Well, I really believe that it is about time that we educate ourselves around love and relationship. And I believe that our academic system, as wonderful as it is, it doesn't provide us with that information. We have unbelievably powerful, wonderful, educated, high-achieving, financially successful, career successful women coming out of Ivy League schools all around, college, and or just universities. I myself have 3 degrees as in music, as an opera singer, and it's fascinating to me that we come out of these institutes and we are so successful in the work that we do, and we are at a time where women are really getting momentum and showing up in the society, but yet we completely are clueless about how to create a successful love life. And it's really hit and miss. Some of us are very fortunate, and some of us have terrible things that happens. And not only affects us, but it also affects our kids. It affects generation after generation of this trauma that sits in our DNA, emotional DNA, that gets carried on. And I'm a big advocate of love education. And why I decided to join, you and I had a conversation when we first talked about this, was because I literally, my heart aches when I see how much shame there is around getting support around our love life, and how much we are told, especially as women, that we should know how to do this, that we are meant to do this. And I 1000% disagree with that. Love is not something, like relationship and love and attraction are two very different things. And to have a relationship with a life partner requires education. And we're a group of wonderfully academically educated women who know nothing about how to create a relationship that's healthy, that's safe, that's allowing us to even be better at what we do. And it's about time, like Gabby was saying earlier, it's about time to heal and to really bring trauma and shed a light on trauma, like Dr. Gabor Mate has done so beautifully. That is why I wrote this book, because to be encouraging women, especially women who are CEOs, entrepreneurs, managers, running businesses, to be pioneers, like all of us here, to be pioneers of love education and make it normal, normalizing it, teaching our kids that it's important to educate yourself so that we can stop this process of dirty divorces, debilitating emotional, stuff that comes from breakups and divorces that really causes us to suffer. And this is not just for women, this is for men as well. This is for both sides. We both need to heal. And it's about time to put an end to the battle of sexes and all that garbage that has been taught to us.
I appreciate that so much. And I think as women who lead, being able to bring together the masculine and the feminine is so key. And I know that's a conversation that so many of us have been having in this space. And so thank you for being a voice for healthy relationship, for understanding love in a healthy aspect. So that was so deep and so powerful. What is, if you could condense into one piece of powerful advice that you would like our listeners and our readers to take away from, what would that be?
I would say read the book and then go ahead and do something radically different than all of your friends. And that is to start talking about love education. Be the generation of women who are going to stand up for #love education. The movement starts with us. I can't do it on my own. There's no way I can do it on my own. So if everyone who's hearing this would go put #love education and go out there and say, I stand for my love education. I will invest in my love education. I will teach my kids about love education, and put an end to this stigma of shame that's around it. You, every one of you, are changing the world in that way. Just talking about it right now will change the world.
#love education. Yes. And how do we put this into action? Could you give us one really solid, actionable step?
Yeah. So when you read the book, I ask in there that anybody who reads it, you can get in touch with me. I'm more than happy to guide you as to where to start. And second, go on social media and put #love education. I stand for women educating themselves to have a healthy, happy relationship. It's that simple. It takes 5 seconds.
Hashtag love education for women to experience healthy and happy relationships, not just with others, but with themselves. Reika, you are amazing. We honor you as one of the amazing international best-selling authors of Women Who Lead that just went #1 internationally today and is available on Amazon. Reika, thank you so much for joining this project and bringing your light and your love to the project.
Thank you, and
so
thank you, Izzy, for having me. And I'm so honored to be amongst all you wonderful women.
Amazing, amazing. This has been an amazing time as we have been meeting the co-authors of Women Who Lead, this incredible book curated by Dr. Izdihar Jamil. I'm your co-host today, Jessica Fox, and I'm going to introduce you to the queen herself today, the beautiful, the amazing Emmy Hernandez, who is bringing the queen vibe. So, by the way, this tribe of women is all about becoming a queen, and Emmy has her crown on. So, Emmy, welcome. Tell us what inspired you to write your chapter for Women Who Lead, and we're just living for you today, so we love it.
I love it. Yes, my fellow queens, loving all of this. You know, the biggest inspiration for me, I come from hashtag love education, right? I got you, girl. Like this is our baby. This is our world, our niche. For me, it came from a place of having a lot of personal pain and trauma. Me doing this work never started out as, oh, I'm going to go help the world. It came because I was really, really, really bad at dating. I mean, I would get a lot of men, but then they wouldn't stick around, or the ones that did stick around, I didn't want them. And it seemed like the more successful I became, the more losers came my way. And that was really frustrating. And coming from a long line of a lot of sexual abuse and sexual molestation in my family, in our Latino culture, it was accepted in the Catholic Church, the kids were supposed to be molested. And I grew up molested as a little girl. I've never met a woman that doesn't have some sort of sexual trauma. And we are taught that because of that, we're broken. There's something wrong with us. We're dirty. Back to what Reika was saying around the shame. And I'm here to break that and to tell women that you are not broken. You don't need fixing. We're here to help you create a new program to set you forward on an accelerated path for healthy, epic love.
Wow. Can we take a moment and honor your vulnerability and saying thank you for sharing your story, because that's your power. And by powerfully sharing your story, you're opening the doors for women to step into theirs. Thank you, Emmy. So if you could give us one piece of advice for a woman who is ready to shed the shame and step powerfully into her story, what would that be?
Oh, my lovely. First, I want to give you a big hug. All of you listening to this, and know that you are so loved, you are so needed, and you are so worthy. My one piece of advice to you is to not rely on your willpower. Willpower sucks because it relies on your ego, and your ego is only here to protect you. Thank you, ego. You're good on autopilot. You remind me how to drive every day. Thank you. But you have served your purpose in this area, particularly when it comes to love. And I want you to go seek out a mentor, a therapist, a love coach, an accountability person, somebody who is an expert in this field to help you really reach your goals with love and healthy education. Because guess what? We spend so much money when it comes to courses and business conferences and our education. And somehow that's okay, but not in selecting a partner for the rest of your life. That's kind of a big freaking deal. So do not rely on your willpower. Go get help that you need. Invest in yourself, time, money, and energy, so that you can actually make the shifts that you want for the rest of your life and reprogram, create new wiring in your brain so you don't have to rely on everything that has happened in the past in your DNA.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. By the way, if you guys didn't hear that, you get to rewire your brain so that you can have a better future. So, Emmy, what would be your practical step to help women begin that process if they're not already started?
Yes, this is one of my favorite things. It's in the book too. It's a little more detailed in the book, but I'm going to give it to you short and sweet. It is go to the store, buy an anniversary card. You heard me right. An anniversary card, a wedding anniversary card, 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 50 years, whatever you want, and write a letter to your lover, to your partner that you yearn to call in right here and right now. Put the present date and tell your partner all of the things that you're excited that you already did, living, calling in the future to the here, to the now. It's a powerful neuro-linguistic programming technique that will work wonders for you.
That's amazing. And I understand that it worked wonders for you.
Yes, this is my wedding crown. I've been married now for 2 months. Actually, today is my 2-month wedding anniversary with the love of my life, Matt James. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, and I still have those anniversary cards that I purchased before I met him. Now I get to give him real ones.
See, ladies, it works. And that, I love this, you guys. This is what it means to be women who lead. We are calling in our future. We are calling in what is possible. And we are sharing our stories with you so that you realize, yes, we're all sitting on this panel as international best-selling authors, but we are people. We are women. We have pasts, we have presents, and we are all collectively calling in our future, and we are sharing that with you so that you can have the power to do that for yourself. And that's what it means to be a leader, and that's what it means to be a trailblazer. And if you're watching this, we're calling you to become a trailblazer with us. So grab a copy of the book, Women Who Lead, available on Amazon. As we are I am getting fired up, because just to actually be sitting on this panel and being a co-author with all of you incredible women, what an honor and privilege to share this sacred space with each and every one of you. We still have another author to introduce to you guys, Michelle Maida. Michelle is a remarkable coach to youth, and she is also a TEDx speaker. Michelle, what is your inspiration as a woman who leads?
First of all, thank you so much. Wonderful co-authors, being part of this amazing #1 international bestselling author, Women Who Lead, and to our fantastic host, Izzy, and fantastic co-host, Jessica. I would not be here if it wasn't for all of you. So my #1 secret is, if you have a dream, go after it. No matter the size, big, small, doesn't freaking matter. If you have a dream, go after it and let the universe support you, because that was my dream. My dream was to become the best motivational speaker that I could be. And getting on the TEDx stage during this wonderful thing called the COVID-19 pandemic allowed me that I am fully, truly supported by the universe, and that I am a TEDx speaker and after the Women Who Lead, after October 21st, 2021, a 3-time international best-selling author. So nothing can stop you if you have a dream. The goal is to have a dream, no matter the size.
I love that, Michelle. Have a dream no matter the size. We know as women, so often we minimize our dreams. And so it's time to grab them again. So Michelle, what is your biggest piece of advice for women to grab those dreams?
Do you ever have dreams at night, allowing you to be in some fantasy land? And then you wake up in the morning, you're like, I wish I remember that. Well, I suggest you to write that fantasy down. Again, no matter the destination, no matter who you're with, go ahead and write that down, because there is power of writing. When you take that thought, and a lot of women know on this call know, because we all wouldn't be here if we wouldn't write. We all wrote, and now we're authors. See how that works? So the goal here is to write it down, because there is a power in the pen to the paper and allowing your mind to just flow.
I love that. Write it down. because when we write it down, it brings power, it brings reality, it allows it to come into reality. And so after writing down, is there any action that somebody could take with that?
Yes, absolutely. When you write something down, believe that it's already happening. A lot of us have already talked about future pacing. A lot of us have already spoken about, the anniversary gift, right? A gift card to yourself. When you do that, you allow yourself and the universe to align with what you really want, because there's so much power in letting the world know what you want. There's one thing in our mind to have it sit there. There's one thing in our heart to let it sit there. And the key to success is to have your mind, body, and soul be in alignment. So how do you do that? You take that dream, you write it down, and you believe and you visualize that dream already happening in present tense. We all knew we all wanted to be international best-selling authors. We didn't know the journey. We didn't know the how. All of a sudden, Izdihar's team comes and knocks on your door. Knock, knock. Would you like to be an international best-selling author? What do? We all walk right into that door and we invited that guest in. And now what happens? In less than 24 hours, in less than 12 hours, in less than 10 hours, we've hit #1, not only in the United States, in Canada and Australia. So what happens when an opportunity knocks? You open that door wide open and you invite everything in. You invite the wind, you invite the rain, you invite the thunderstorms, you invite all of that in, and you will see your life transform, because that's exactly what happened with me. To find out more about my journey, read about my chapter, read about my story, and really believe in your dream. Because if you don't have a dream, you're not living.
100%. And by the way, right now on Amazon, 99 cents, the international best-selling book, Women Who Lead, is available, where you can grab a copy and read Michelle's story, read all of our stories here today. Michelle, yes, you're right. Ladies, when that door, and gentlemen, when that door knocks, open it and then walk through, because that's where life happens. These have been the incredible insights and advice and action steps of just a smattering of the authors of Women Who Lead. If you want to get the rest, you guys have to pick up a copy of the book. I'm Jessica Fox. It's been a privilege to host this amazing book launch, but you know what? We need to send it back to the amazing, the wonderful, the curator and visionary of this book, the beautiful Dr. Izdihar Jamil. Izzy, again, we honor you for this opportunity, for making this vision come to life. Ladies, come off mute. Let's give her a round of applause and big congratulations.
Love you, Izzy.
We celebrate you and your vision. Thank you so much for bringing this together. We honor you.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Darlings, can we get a wood for Jessica for co-hosting? And can I get another wood? I'm just going to go around, doing that and just have fun. And thank you so much. Really, my health just crashed on Tuesday. Everything was wiped out. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do, right? I've got this book launch. Going to cancel, blah, blah, blah. But one thing, when you're leaders, you know how to play smart. You know you have a proven system, and you're just going to run with it. So you're not thinking anymore. And the best part is, got a wonderful, wonderful, amazing ladies. I was just like, Jess, you need to support me. I can't do this. I was just like, what do you need? What do you need? And my heart is just so full, because you see me like this, but it just takes a lot for me to be here today. And having you ladies coming together, doing the work that you needed to do to make it simpler, easier, faster, that my heart is just so full. It's just so full. Thank you. It's hard because I can't hold my baby since Tuesday. I can't nurse him. I'm in quarantine now. I'm in self-quarantine. It's so hard, right? And then having to deliver, it's just so much pressure. But when you just take a breath, center first, make a decision. What do I need? I have a team. this is the reason I can play like this is because this is the safest place that I can be, and I can risk it all. I can do what I need to do to get the results for each and every one of you. That's what true leaders does. No matter when you're bummed, when you're kicked down, it takes balls, right, lady? It really does take balls to be who we are, you know. In my TEDx speech, I've been asked to remove balls and shit from my speech because it's profanity, but I don't care. In here, it takes balls to be the leaders of our game. So thank you so much. Each and every one of you are so special to me. Like Michelle said, me and my team come knocking at the door. Hello, darling, do you want to be in my project? And thank you for being open, for letting me in and playing the game. So go for it. Stop playing small. This just shows that we truly have what it takes, right? We truly have it inside of us. But sometimes we're just so shameful or so scared to have it unleashed. Like, I want to reach Emmy, or I want to have Emmy in my book. Oh, but now she's so big. Oh, I'm so scared. But I'm like, Emmy, darling, can I have a chat? So it's just crazy the things that goes in your mind, whereas in reality, and Emmy's like, oh, I love it. I'm in. That is it. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Each and every one of you are amazing. One thing for me, my action plan or key action is fill in the blanks. I am, fill in the blanks. I'm the queen. I'm wearing my queen lipstick that I created the other day. So I'm the queen. I'm the prize. I'm the best. So I am, fill in the blanks. It's yours to create. And like Emmy said, go and grab a card, a thank you card, a congratulations card, whatever card it is, and fill it in. So darling, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jessica, for supporting me and just by truly saying, what do you need? And so it is done. So I'm gonna take a second of silence and prayer to honor our space, our sacred space is so beautiful. Can you feel it, darlings? Our sacred space is so beautiful, so powerful. I couldn't have imagined it. And hopefully this is gonna turbo up my healing space. As you can see, I'm not as my usual self, but I'm almost there. So just take a breath of a moment of prayer and silence for just a second. And thank you from my heart, from my team members, Jessica Fox and Michelle Mehta. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Connie and Marsha. Thank you, Julianne. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Raika. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Emmy. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you to each and the authors who are not able to be here. I love you with all my heart. You make me the best person that I can be. You make me to be the queen and the queen in my kingdom, and so and each and every one of you. So let's go for it. Take care of yourself first and foremost, and go and celebrate. I've got this freaking, Michelle gave me this whole freaking chocolate. I've eaten the top half and I've just got the bottom one, and I've kept it in my room. I'm not sharing it anymore, so my kids can't have it. So go and celebrate it. And this is your host, Dr. Izdihar Jamil. Thank you for joining me. Tell yourself that yes, I can. And so it is done. Till the next time, darlings, let's come off mute. And one more time, let's just say, celebrate. Woot, woot, come off mute.
Well done, we made it.